Do you want to be here with your wager? Well, that was kind of crazy.
Very excited to hand the podium over to Mike Bernier, the leader of CentreBC.
A new player enters the province's political landscape, hoping to create an answer for voters who are tired of extremes. Lightning sparks several fires on the island, and officials warn more coming throughout the province in the days ahead.
Log driving kind of pays homage to the logging industry in Canada.
Extreme sports comes to the island, celebrating and inspired by a Canadian tradition. Good evening, thanks for joining us. Accusations of racist, homophobic, and MAGA-style politics on one side to economic incompetence and liberal wokeness on the other. Now a new BC party hopes to split the middle and find a new centre in BC. And today there's a new leader with old-time experience entering the political stage with the hope of ending extremes in the left versus right current state. And some analysts say if there was a time for a moderate party in BC, this would be it. With more, here's Mackenzie Reid.
So I'm very excited to hand the podium over to Mike Bernier, the leader of CentreBC.
One of the province's newest political parties has a new leader.
This is a man with a lot of experience. I've always been impressed with his moderate, kind way of dealing with people and viewing policy in British Columbia.
Mike Bernier is a former Dawson Creek mayor and previous Liberal MLA for Peace River South. First elected to provincial politics in 2013 and re-elected in 2017 and 2020, he served as Minister of Education and introduced the SOGI 123 curriculum in schools. After the BC Liberal Party changed its name to BC United and folded, Bernier was not taken on as a Conservative candidate in the 2024 election.
I honestly wasn't looking to get back into politics. I was enjoying the last 18 months, traveling, spending time with my family and with my grandkids. But after talking with my wife, I said, you know, we can't sit back and just watch the chaos that's happening right now in our province continue to unfold.
He says the 2024 election showed a large portion of voters felt like they didn't really align with either the NDP or Conservative parties, leaving them politically abandoned. Adding CentreBC aims to give them another option.
As CentreBC, we're inviting everybody who believes in a moderate, fiscally strong party that has a social conscience to try to help grow the province of British Columbia in a respectful way, which we're not seeing right now.
One political scientist believes Bernier is a strong choice to spread the party's message.
In Mike Bernier, they have really a practiced hand in politics, someone who knows what it is to be part of a party, to be part of a cabinet, and is likely to help this party build, and this is a party very much in the building phase.
But how much of a dent could this new party make in the next provincial election?
If the centre ever had a moment where it might succeed in BC politics, in what has always been a rather polarized province kind of politically, this is the time.
He says it's something we're seeing at the federal level, with changes in the federal Liberals proving positive as the party gains more seats where they have historically not been strong, like in Alberta and BC.
We're seeing a kind of resurgent centrism in the form of Mark Carney as a kind of blue Liberal who's moved the Liberal Party to the centre after Justin Trudeau. And in extraordinary circumstances, the threats by the U.S. to our economic and political kind of survival has made the centre the hottest place in political real estate right now.
Adding, if this momentum continues, parties like CentreBC could make bigger political waves than expected. The next provincial election is scheduled to take place in the fall of 2028.
After the lightning and thunderstorm rolled across the island, 5 wildfires have sparked, another under investigation. There are 5 active wildfires burning on Vancouver Island starting today. The 5th one just was registered a few moments ago that's near Bowser near Qualicum right now, but on the map that we're showing, these were the latest that were updated from the wildfire map. 4 of them of the wildfires were considered out of control at one point, with 1 being held and 2 under control. A 5th fire that was sparked by lightning has since been declared out. All the fires were discovered Friday. BC Wildfire Service says there were more than 4,000 lightning strikes in the recent storm. More than 1,000 were in the Coastal Fire Center. This has resulted in multiple new wildfire starts across our province as the weather system makes its way into Alberta this afternoon and evening. They anticipate more lightning strikes in the coming days, more fire starts with hot and dry conditions on the way. And as the weather heats up, drawing people outside, the City of Victoria is reminding people that campfires are not permitted. Despite fires being banned in the city year-round, the fire department is called to hundreds of beach and brush fires each year. The city says the fires require significant firefighting resources, potentially taking them away from other emergencies. The risks for fires aren't just that they can spread, with the city noting that people and pets can be seriously burned by leftover fires that are smothered by sand instead of water. Fines for having a fire can range from $350 to $10,000. If you see a beach or park fire, the city asks that you contact 911. And as weather heats up, many people want to head to the nearest beach or lake to cool off, but the BC Centre for Disease Control is reminding people to be mindful of a health risk: blue-green algae. Currently on Vancouver Island, there are 3 beaches with blue-green algae warnings issued by Island Health: Prior Lake, Thetis Lake, and Beaver Lake. The BC CDC says that rising temperatures in the summer months makes the blooms more common. For pets, livestock, and other animals, the toxins actually can be fatal. Blue-green algae blooms can form in any fresh water, but are more typically common in warm, slow-moving, or stagnant bodies of water. For more information about the bloom and how to recognize it and some of the symptoms for humans, we have a full article up on our website at cheknews.ca. The Cowichan Valley Regional District is asking people to be mindful of the annual western toad migration and have closed a section of trail to help protect new toadlets. The CVRD has closed a stretch of one spot on the trail to cyclists and equestrians between Spike Road and Headquarters Road. The regional district says the closure will help the toadlets, which are the size of your pinky nail, avoid being trampled or run over. Western toads are considered a species of special concern in our country. The species breeds in aquatic habitats but forages and hibernates on land. The species can be found throughout BC as well as parts of Alberta, the lower edges of Yukon, Alaska, and as far south as California. We're asked to slow down and watch for toads in CVRD parks and trails, especially along the Cowichan Valley Trail and in marshy or wetland areas. A pink donkey, a stuffed animal, was left on board a BC ferry sailing, and staff are making sure it enjoys its time on board while waiting for its rightful owner to collect it. The ferry company says it was found on board the Salish Raven and suspect it was left behind on an afternoon sailing from Swartz Bay to the Southern Gulf Islands. In the meantime, the company says they're making the most of their adventure by taking in the sights, enjoying some soft serve, doing a little light reading. They've even made some new friends in passages. The company is hoping the rightful owner will reach out so that they can reunite them with their family. If this pink donkey belongs to you, BC Ferries is asking that you reach out to them on Facebook. The 37th annual Art Gallery Paint-In, taking place in Victoria today, commonly referred to as the Moss Street Paint-In, is billed as the largest arts festival on the island, bringing artists from all over the island and Gulf Islands together to celebrate their work. According to the Art Gallery, the event draws about 50,000 people along Moss Street. The Art Gallery first opened in 1951 and is home to more than 22,000 works of art, the largest public collection in our province. Well, it is not the first time log rolling has happened at the legislature, but this is a first with the title of extreme sport. The Red Bull Log Drivers Competition drawing in hundreds of spectators to take in the action. Eden Chipperfield reports.
Things are kicking off with a splash down at Victoria's Inner Harbour, where athletes are diving into the main event of the Red Bull Log Drivers Competition.
Log driving kind of pays homage to the logging industry in Canada. Essentially, it's an obstacle course, right? The competitors have to get from point A to point B, staying out of the water.
Point A to point B is a 50-meter dash across a log pallet. The event started with 128 contestants, the fastest 64 qualifying to the next round. McMorris says that there are a few tricks to have a good run.
We're gonna start with balance. I think that's very important. Speed would be second. I always say slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? So balance, speed, and a little bit of bravery, because it is scary.
It's the first year Red Bull is hosting a log drivers event, and anyone, regardless of skill, is welcome to take part.
I already log roll, and I figured it was a good time to come down here to try some boom running. It's a sport that used to be really prominent on Vancouver Island and BC in general in the logging industry, and it's a dying sport.
We had no idea what we were expecting, and it's been an amazing event. So, yeah.
We were a little nervous to begin because they had us matched up first and second, so we were going against each other and we didn't want to take each other out, and then we both got within a second to qualify to this, so we're super stoked.
Prizes are awarded to the top 3 finishers, as well as a prize for the best dressed competitor.
We thought, why not just go as octopuses? There's water involved and octopus live in the water, so it's just a great experience and kind of go for the homemade fit.
For some, the motivation to take part was just to break out of the regular routine.
Well, we're both in engineering, so we need something just to get our mind off things. We're always in school, so it's really busy, but it's nice just getting outside, being on the logs or just running.
It's fast and frantic, and most importantly, a ton of fun.
We'll stay in the Inner Harbour of Victoria. Now in its 4th year, BC Crab Fest is a gathering celebrating BC waters, coastal food traditions, and the communities connected to them. And it's all underway right now in the Inner Harbour. The festival is jam-packed with local chefs and getting fresh crab ready for the huge crowd. The Crab Fest brings in the day also filled with music, family-friendly activities, an educational market, and sunset drinks by the harbor. The festival highlighting a global market where BC Dungeness crab is considered a premium luxury. BC Crab Fest offering something rare, the opportunity to experience it in its most honest and accessible form, close to where it is harvested. There is a live shot right now of Crab Fest happening at Ship Point, where we find our very own Tess Van Straten, who's amongst the crowd on a very, very busy afternoon, fighting your way through the crowd. Tess, I know it's busy, really busy down there.
It's pretty chaotic down here, Scott. Lots of people at Crab Fest. They were expecting about 25,000 people. I think we might be getting low on crab, though. Here's some of that Dungeness crab, 5,000 pounds of crab, 1,000 pounds of butter. There's a big debate over whether it's enough butter, but take a look at some of this. So this is all Camosun culinary students. We'll help slide this down. Camosun culinary students here, including Becca. What's it been like today?
It's been absolutely amazing. It's been so busy, but the vibes are immaculate. Everybody's smiling. Great to be here.
What's the best thing about crab?
Oh my God. The flavor, definitely.
Now the big question, do you think 1,000 pounds of butter for 5,000 pounds of crab is enough?
I think we might run out. I think we might need some more.
It is pretty much a sold out event at this point. So we're just gonna come this way and you can see the mussels, the potatoes. These are what they're making up here. Really a crab feast. Delicious, delicious West Coast fare from BC Crab Co. And of course music and entertainment as well. And we're gonna come this way and actually take you behind the scenes. We're gonna squeeze by. Okay, we're gonna quickly come over here so you can see behind the scenes. So there's barbecues, hot dogs if you don't want crab, but come on, who doesn't want crab? And then back here you can see all the cooking, all the chefs back here. We've got the Dungeness crab on ice. Yeah, be careful, there's some fire, and they're in this big thing right here where they're getting ready to steam more and more crab coming out, cooking the potatoes as well. So it's very steamy. The temperature back here is very warm. We're gonna head over back to the table now to see some more of the assembly line. All of these Camosun culinary students hard at work. There's some wasps trying to get in on the crab action as well. Of course, they love protein. Weather-wise, pretty nice conditions down here. Normally it's a bit cooler in the harbor, but it's actually pretty warm down here, and we have some hot weather ahead as well. So lots of fun here. You can see the crab getting put into the coolers. How busy have you guys been today?
We were slammed from 11 on, so we've been crazy busy today.
Do you think you might be sick of crab after this?
Never.
You can probably never have too much crab. It's so good, and this beautiful Dungeness crab here. Just look at that right now. Absolutely.
800 already.
Oh my goodness. Wow, 800 already of these. It goes until 10 tonight. The food stops at 8 o'clock though, and at this point, if you want crab, you probably have to come down right now because they only have about 30 or so buckets of crab left at this point. So hugely popular, just growing in popularity. It's the 4th year down here. We will have your full hot, sizzling forecast and more from Crab Fest coming up. Scott.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Tess. Evacuations and alerts on the other side of the country. The latest on the firefights happening in Ontario as dozens of wildfires burn there as temperatures soar.
Van Isle Windows has earned the trust of homeowners across the island by manufacturing and installing windows and doors through a proven process built on decades of experience. Our seamless 5-step approach from in-home consultation to final installation ensures every detail is handled with expertise and precision from start to finish. The result is a stress-free experience that enhances your home's comfort and value. Van Isle Windows, made with pride on the island for the island.
Dive into adventure with Prince of Wales. Experience the trip of a lifetime watching orcas, humpback whales, and more. Book now, only at princeofwales.com.
Get a local and personal experience when you invest with Cooper Pacific.
Our funds provide you with income and growth options that help secure your retirement.
Trust a family business with a legacy of experience and stability.
Visit cooperpacific.ca.
Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic. 4 convenient locations with one commitment: your optimal hearing health. Our team of hearing professionals have advanced university-level training and are experts at diagnosing and treating hearing loss, balance disorders, and tinnitus. We seek to improve your quality of life with a solution tailored to you. Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic.
Your home should feel comfortable, beautiful, and completely you.
At Budget Blinds Victoria, custom window coverings are designed to fit your space, your style, and the way you live. From sleek motorized shades to timeless shutters, blinds, and drapery, our local design experts handle everything from inspiration to professional installation.
Bring comfort, privacy, and style to your home with Budget Blinds Victoria. Style and service for every budget. Book your free in-home consultation today.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Island Eye Care in Victoria. Do your eyes itch, water, or burn? You may be suffering from dry eye. Get real answers and say goodbye to dry eye.
Right now, there's 191 active fires burning across Ontario. 10 northern communities have been evacuated, with others on alert to leave. Community groups in Thunder Bay are helping those forced from their homes.
Nearly 200 beds are set up at this reception center here in Thunder Bay. Now, the idea here is for this to really act more as a temporary stop for those who have had to evacuate due to the wildfire situation, essentially shuffling them through. So this could be something that's a last-minute resort or a place for people to stay before they move on to their final accommodations. Now, there's another room set up as well that has things like food, water, a place for pets. The Red Cross is here encouraging people to make sure they're registered, because that helps them keep tabs on who is evacuated and connect them with the proper resources. There have been concerns raised from evacuees who have fled to Thunder Bay, not had a place to stay. They're ending up staying in cars, trailers, in some cases camping in friends' yards. So hopefully that helps ease the situation. Now, this whole situation very much evolving. We heard from Ontario's Premier earlier today, gave a little bit of an update. 190 wildfires currently burning in Ontario. That's 7 more than yesterday, more than 70 of those still not under control. And the Premier also reminding people that if you do have to evacuate, don't go back to your property, because that can hinder the efforts when it comes to fighting these fires.
Do not go to your campsites.
do not go back to your homes. If they're saying not to go back, don't go back. We will find you a place, a hotel room. We'll get you food. We'll make sure you're well taken care of. But what as they explained, when the water bombers go over and they see any citizens that aren't theirs, they won't drop the water. So it's critical that you move out of these areas.
Now, the Premier also responding to some criticism today. There's been concerns from communities that have evacuated, feeling like they've been left in the dark or with very little support. Now, the Premier did say that in some cases, these fires started very close to the communities. They did all they could, but we had a chance to speak with one First Nations chief who says that's not good enough.
They're trying to say that everything is good and everything's good. We've done the best we can. But I don't find that happening at all. I spoke to my colleagues with the Chiefs of Ontario, and I was just at the Assembly of First Nations, and it's a problem right across Canada. It's a problem in Ontario, and it can't go on like this. This is ridiculous that we're living in this type of conditions, and we have to put up with this sort of thing.
And of course, the situation still very much evolving. There are more communities as well that are on watch and being told to prepare in case they have to evacuate.
Residents of Fort Simpson in the Northwest Territories can begin to return home today after an evacuation order was lifted last night. It comes nearly 3 weeks after they were displaced. The village will provide transportation for those who need it. Officials say residents should still expect some smoke in the area. They also say an evacuation alert remains in place and advise people who return should have enough emergency supplies for at least 72 hours. And Canada is not the only country experiencing out-of-control wildfires. It's also happening in Norway. Here's the latest developments from that region.
This fire is centered on Krokstadelva in Drammen, which is about 30 miles or so west of the capital, Oslo. Residents there say it spread extremely quickly, with flames engulfing entire rows of houses within minutes. We understand more than 100 homes have been destroyed. So a terrifying ordeal for those people. This fire has since moved beyond that residential area and into a nearby forest where it's developed into a wider wildfire. It's moving south, and police say still burning out of control. Firefighters are doing what they can to try and contain the flames. Around 80 firefighters supported by civil defense teams and helicopters are involved, although overnight those helicopters were grounded, leaving crews on the ground to try and bring this fire under control without aerial support, which officials say is a major setback in terms of trying to contain this fire. Another issue is the weather. There are strong winds in the area which are fanning the flames, helping them spread further and faster. So a real challenge for the emergency services on the ground today. In terms of casualties, they are mercifully low. One person has been treated for minor smoke inhalation, while a firefighter has suffered minor injuries. No reports yet of anyone missing. Evacuation and support centres have now been set up for the hundreds of people who've been displaced by this fire, the cause of which, incidentally, is not yet known. Now, large fires like these are very rare in Norway, but experts say climate change and changes in how land is used in the country mean they are increasingly more likely.
A British MP is getting closer to becoming the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He's been acclaimed for the Labour Party as leader and is now poised to take the country's top job on Monday. Ashley Burke reports from London.
Andy Burnham just days away from becoming the UK's 7th Prime Minister in a decade.
But let's be honest, everybody, this is a last chance to change, and we must take it together.
The former Manchester mayor returning to Parliament, pitching himself as an outsider who's more personal and transparent. Now he's officially the new leader of the Labour Party.
Is that I won't change. I have a style. It's my style.
Soon Burnham will have to prove himself to not just the country, but the world.
I don't know anything. I see that he was, I guess, the mayor of a town. I hear he's extremely liberal.
He's taking office during a time of intense global conflict. Ukraine's president concerned about losing a staunch supporter, the UK's current Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, who will step down on Monday.
Of course I'm afraid. Changes, of course we're afraid, because we are at the war each day.
Starmer committed that Burnham won't change course.
Your fight is our fight. Your security is our security. And the United Kingdom will not waver.
But Burnham is trying to set himself apart. He apologized online for his party's approach to the Middle East, promising to put more pressure on Israel.
I know many people feel that at the start of Israel's military action in Gaza, my party didn't get it right, and I am sorry about that.
A move some experts say is a window into how he might handle global issues.
World leaders don't tend to be very keen to make that sort of message. So just the very fact that he's saying those kinds of things might give us some insight into the kind of politics that Burnham is seeking to embody.
Starmer is expected to offer his resignation to the king on Monday. Then Burnham will take over as prime minister and lay out his vision for the country in front of cameras from around the world.
3D technology is allowing Arctic researchers to learn more about the wreck of a historic research vessel. It's been more than 80 years since the Terra Nova sank, and the ship that once carried famed explorers continues to help polar science. Peter Cohen now shows us aboard the research ship Atlantis.
They're just getting Alvin the submersible ready for a dive down to the shipwreck. We're just off the coast of Greenland. This is the farthest north that Alvin has ever been in the water, and it presents some challenges. That water is just 2 degrees Celsius, very chilly for the swimmers needed to launch and recover this submersible. And then there's the icebergs. One came so close to the ship, they had to cancel one of the dives.
We did see this morning that there were icebergs about. We didn't think that that would be that big a deal. We were wrong. There are not just 1, but 2 icebergs that beelined right at the wreck site. In fact, at this very moment, one of them is over the wreck site.
These dives are bringing back the most detailed pictures we've ever seen of the Terra Nova. This is the ship that Robert Falcon Scott used to reach the South Pole. It's showing us things like the double wheels at the stern of the ship, some other things like the boiler and the steam winch that were on board. Before and after it was an exploration ship, it was used as a sealing vessel based out of St. John's, Newfoundland. We're not just getting video, we're getting a 3D model that's being created with new technology. It'll allow historians to look at this wreck in 3 dimensions, but this is also very useful for biologists who want to understand this new habitat that the ship has become.
The 3D model allows me to have the full context. So I know not just I'm on the bow, I'm on the stern, but this particular sample is 30 meters from the bow, and that means that, you know, I can analyze things a lot more quantitatively. It allows us to be much more mathematical.
This expedition, being led by the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, hopes the data and images that it gathers will be studied long after this trip is over.
A construction scam strikes Washington state and beyond. The warning for others, including here in our country.
This break is powered by Kia Victoria, proud sponsor of the CHEK Community Cruiser. Local, family-run and owned Kia Victoria.
This is Julie and Jeremy, CIBC clients, parents, and entrepreneurs. And this is their CIBC advisor. He gave them the confidence to go all in with their side hustle. What's holding your ambitions back? Let's take the next step together. CIBC, ambitions made real.
I'm Ian Bird, the new CEO of the Victoria Foundation. Here's your Victoria Foundation Community Check-In.
The Souk Fine Arts Show is celebrating 4 decades of showcasing exceptional artistic talent from Vancouver Island and BC's coastal islands. Visit soukfinearts.com. Garden and music lovers are invited to enjoy chamber music from the Victoria Conservatory of Music at the beautiful Abkhazi Garden. Admission by donation. Yuki Days is a 3-day family-friendly celebration of West Coast life with music, food, a parade, crazy contests, and a celebration of what makes Ucluelet so special. Looking at both the past and the present, this featured exhibit shares how Chinese immigrants have helped shape communities across our province. Experience the soaring harmonies of Canadian folk and roots artists, the Waylon Jennies, at the Butchart Gardens. Tickets available July 29th at the gate.
The Victoria Foundation, a proud supporter of the Community Check-In.
best live viewing on the big screen, live entertainment, and free family-friendly programming. Experience the summer of soccer in downtown Victoria. Catch the action at participating bars, pubs, and community events until July 19th. Visit dvba.ca/summer of soccer.
What do Albert Einstein, true love, and a little mischief have in common?
Yes? You're Albert Einstein.
They're all part of the equation in IQ. Sunday at 8 on CHEK. This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Bathfitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
It's being called the biggest construction scam to ever hit Washington state, and investigators say the crime ring has no borders, showing signs victims have been hit across state lines and our country's borders, with people here falling for an abusive and slick operation, stealing millions of dollars from unsuspected victims, with what simply starts at fixing your home's roof.
How much did this ultimately cost you?
I think somewhere around $100,000, $170,000.
It was about $38,000.
$21,700.
It's not okay. Yeah, it really makes me angry.
Sources close to ongoing investigations say over the last 18 months, well over $2 million has been stolen in King County alone. And they believe it to now be one of the largest construction scams in the last 2 decades.
Redmond Police Detective Matthew Weich has seen the cost firsthand.
The most I've seen so far, which is in Tequila, was $500,000. And the one that I'm currently working is $348,000.
And this isn't just a local operation. Investigators say cases are connected across county lines, states, and even international borders.
A lot of the suspects are kind of connected within a ring. A ring of gentlemen, and they're going up to houses in the community and offering services for either roof repairs or a full redo of a roof.
Would you say this is a crime ring?
I would say that this is probably a crime ring.
Using a rotating list of business names, some completely fake, others impersonating legitimate companies, Detective Weich says these men leave a trail that's constantly shifting.
A lot of the suspects are here on fraudulent passports or overstayed visas, so we don't necessarily have the means to identify and locate them.
Here's how it works. First, the alleged contractor gains the homeowner's trust. He's professional and polite with a legitimate-looking business.
They had a website that looked good, and I quickly checked Better Business Bureau, and there were no complaints at that time. So we signed up with them.
Josh signed this contract.
Replace the top 2 rows of brick, also install a new crown, repoint chimney where necessary.
An agreement to fix his chimney for what he thought was a reasonable price.
Quoted us about $2,000 just to kind of take a row or 2 of brick off the top.
Then the work grew.
And then the next thing I knew, our chimney was halfway down, and they weren't done.
Detective Weich says it's part of their playbook.
Every time they always find something that needs to be repaired.
When victims tried to stop the work, refusing to pay more, the tactics change from persuasion to pressure.
All right, so Brian, I have some questions about the project.
Okay.
David captured this in a recorded phone call.
So where's my $9,000?
You don't get your $9,000. You didn't do the work.
Okay.
And
so
I'm not giving you any more money, and you're not coming back.
Do you think things works that way? If I need to go to my solicitor and I need to put a lien against your property, I can do that.
I've seen chimneys be upgraded that didn't need to be upgraded, entire roofs be fixed that didn't need to be fixed, holes that have been created that weren't there originally that then needed to be fixed.
The King 5 investigators reviewed 30 consumer complaints submitted between the Washington Attorney General, the Better Business Bureau, court filings, and online reviews. They all name the same pattern our victims describe. So why haven't these culprits been caught?
The cases are extremely difficult to investigate.
That's because the trail they leave behind is built to be hard to follow.
I was just like, man, we made a mistake.
I feel so stupid.
I feel like a sucker. I fell for this and I know better and it pisses me off.
Here is a live shot at Ship Point as Crab Fest is still underway. Jessica McCool down there hosting the event. Tess Van Straten standing by and will give us an update on what's happening weather-wise when we come back.
I'm Tess Van Straten, and your full island forecast is coming up. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. Afternoon showers in 25 in Zico, Mexico. 31 with lots of sunshine in Xanthi, Greece, and a hazy 29 in Xai-Xai, Mozambique.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets, designed for your space, built for your life.
Meet the logger, a steward of nature, balancing harvest with regeneration. Every tree cut is an echo of life's cycle. This is more than their job, it's their responsibility to forest the promise of renewal. They're crafting a legacy for generations to come.
You're the one they call to power it and go the distance. So when the call comes, answer it with the F-150 Power Boost Hybrid. Get it with $5,750 in rebates plus $1,250 in Ford accessories.
You might think all money managers are the same, but while some may push high commission investment products, Fisher Investments Canada avoids them. Some advisors may have complex fees. Fisher Investments Canada doesn't. Our fees are transparent and aligned with the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better. Maybe that's why so many investors switch to us. Fisher Investments Canada. Clearly different money management.
People live out of the house for many reasons. Relocation, insurance, corporate stays, even medical. At Victoria Suites, we take everything to the next level to make our guests feel immediately comfortable. We're totally furnished with exceptional service. Our suites are beautifully appointed, come well stocked, and have a pre and post inspection. If our guests need anything, we're literally minutes away to serve them 24/7. We want you to feel like you matter, because you do. Victoria Suites, live like home.
What Canadian creature sounds like a saw being sharpened? Has huge yellow eyes, flies silently through the woods, and is about the size of my hand? If you guessed the northern saw-whet owl, you're right. This little bird of prey hunts at night and hides during the day. To learn more about the northern saw-whet owl, visit our website at hww.ca.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic.
As promised, we'll have more on Crab Fest in just a moment, but first, let's take a look what's happening in the water in Breaching News.
Breaching News is presented by Prince of Wales, Whale and Marine Wildlife Adventures.
Here we have a couple of orca siblings heading south past Sydney Island in calm water. Now, younger Big's killer whales usually stay close to their mom. Recent sightings of the 77 family have shown a different pattern. Mom and daughter have been traveling together while the brothers have been venturing out on their own. Researchers aren't sure why this family splits up so often, but all members appear healthy. Their unpredictable movements always keep researchers and whale watchers on their toes. And here we have Slits and a companion. They are seen enjoying a meal together. Humpbacks generally kind of stick to themselves, but they do come together in areas with abundant food where they may feed alongside one another before continuing on their own. Before making a deep dive, though, they will use their powerful tail, their flukes, to propel themselves below the surface, allowing them to reach deeper feeding areas. Stellar sea lions making another appearance have broad shoulder muscles and a thick mane because adult males compete for territories and mates. Their powerful shoulders help them swim, move their heavy bodies on land, and compete with rival males. The thick fur around their neck helps protect them from bites during fights and makes them look larger, a little more intimidating. The females remain smaller and more streamlined for hunting and carrying pups. All right, let's touch base with Tess Van Straten, who is in the thick of it at the BC Crab Fest. It has been a crazy day down there. Huge lines, incredibly popular. Yeah. Is everybody able to get a piece of meat down there? Is it working out okay?
It's working out, Scott. Huge turnout, and all of the volunteers are working so fast to get everybody served, but we found a less chaotic spot, a little bit quieter here. This is the captain's table area. So it's a special little VIP section at Ship Point, beautiful views of the harbor, and so it's quieter spot to come if the craziness isn't quite what you're into, but lots of great food, lots of fun, and I'm here with the festival organizer. This is Heather McLeod, who I'm sure is exhausted at this point.
Hi everybody. Yes, it's been a big day. We've had a great turnout. There's 15,000 people or so. We've served so many buckets. It's just lovely to see so many happy faces eating crab.
Yes, yeah, messy eating crab too. Thank goodness for these towels. They're coming in handy. Now, this is the 4th year for Crab Fest. Tell us how it all started.
Well, it started a while ago. My husband's a crab fisherman. We used to go camping. We'd bring crab up and we would just watch our friends eat crab, and they would be so happy and so connected and slowing right down. And then we decided to do it a little bigger at the park. So we went to Banfield Park for 2 years. Now we're at Ships Point for 2 years, and it's grown exponentially every year. Yeah.
And so next year it's going to be order your crab in advance. You're going to have to reserve your crab in advance. That's how popular it's become?
Yes, I really recommend that. We tried very hard to encourage people to do that this year. We just need to know the orders in advance. So for next year, everybody, make sure you order your crab in advance.
Well, thank you. Great job. We'll let you get back to the crab cooking, and we're going to get to our forecast now because we have some hot weather on the way. So a quick look at our radar map, and you can see some precipitation moving by across the island, parts of the island earlier today, but clearing on the South Island, lots of sunshine in store, and some sizzling temperatures as well. On our temperature map, you can see how things are heating up tomorrow. It's only going to get hotter Monday, Tuesday as well. So lots of areas, high 20s into the 30s for parts of the island. So a very warm stretch and a dry stretch for the South Island and parts of the East Island in particular. So some beautiful summer weather ahead on our future cast. That's because we have high pressure. So this ridge of high pressure is going to keep things clear and dry for most of the island. Now the North Island, a little bit of an exception again. So a 30% chance of showers island, and then tomorrow a small chance of precipitation in the morning. After that, you should shift to a mix of sun and cloud. Some fog patches overnight should dissipate tomorrow morning for you. Not quite getting as warm though. Mid-teen temperature is a little bit higher for Sayward for tomorrow. For the west coast of the island though, getting back into the high 20s for Port Alberni, Gold River, Lake Cowichan. So tonight, just a few clouds for coastal areas as well as inland locations. Some fog patches developing overnight as well. And then tomorrow, mainly sunny conditions for coastal areas. Inland areas like Gold River and Port Alberni can expect a mix of sun and cloud in the morning and then clearing in the afternoon. For the East Island and Pell River, after all of that rain Courtney had yesterday, there is a 30% chance of early evening showers for Courtney Comox and Campbell River. Parksville Qualicum also has that small chance of showers. Then you can expect to see some clearing for more southern sections of the East Island. Partly cloudy conditions. It might be mainly cloudy and then shifting to clear conditions overnight. So that clearing may not happen until later for most areas. Pell River looking at partly cloudy conditions and then clearing overnight. And then tomorrow, look at those temperatures. So we're looking at high 20s for some areas. Nanaimo South around 26. It's going to feel like 29 when you factor in the humidity. Not quite as warm for Pell River, 23, but that 23 will feel like 26. And then more northern sections of the East Island, highs around 24 degrees, feeling like 27. That's for areas by the water. So inland locations will be a bit warmer than that. For the South Island, beautiful conditions right now in the Victoria Harbor. Just a few clouds, clear skies for the most part. Port Renfrew, a little bit more cloud cover there, but partly cloudy skies and some fog patches. And then tomorrow back into that sunshine. So we're expecting a mainly sunny day. Highs around 23 for a good chunk of Victoria. That 23 will feel like 26. Hotter spots can expect to have actual temperatures around 26 degrees. And then those colder spots like Souk, James Bay, 18 degrees is the high. Now, usually the Inner Harbor is one of those cooler spots, but right now the temperature is absolutely beautiful. Wind kicking up by Juan de Fuca Strait, though. West winds about 40 kilometers kilometers an hour tonight. Those winds should ease off tomorrow. And then for Salt Spring, highs around 21 by the water, 24 for inland locations, and that 24 is going to feel like 27 degrees tomorrow. On the provincial map, some sunshine for Vancouver and Whistler and into the Fraser Valley. Air quality warnings for parts of the interior due to that wildfire smoke. Hot conditions for Kamloops and into the Okanagan persisting. And we do have more heat warnings on the national map as well. So a little bit of sunshine for Prince Rupert, some showers through Edmonton and Calgary. Edmonton has had so much rain. They really don't need any more rain at this point, but the heat starts when we hit Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Heat warnings for a large chunk of those provinces as well as into parts of Ontario as well. And then those air quality warnings still for the Toronto to Ottawa corridor due to wildfire smoke. So poor air quality, unfortunately. New York at one point today actually had the worst air quality in the world because of wildfire smoke. Some showers for parts of Atlantic Canada. And here's a look at the long range forecast now for the North Island. So after that chance of drizzle tomorrow morning, shifting to a mix of sun and cloud, lots of sunshine, warmer conditions Monday, Tuesday for you. Those look like the nicest days of the next few. Cloudy and cooler for Wednesday, and then partly sunny Thursday, cloudy and still on the cooler side for Friday. For the Central Island, lots of sunshine and warm weather. So after tomorrow, that sort of range in temperatures from mid-20s to high 20s, depending where you are. Lots of sunshine, high 20s for Monday. This is for East Island areas by the water. Inland locations 31, and Port Alberni likely even warmer than that, 33, 34 degrees. Same thing for Tuesday, Wednesday, areas by the water around that 30-degree mark. Inland areas even warmer, and then high 20-degree temperatures Thursday, Friday. Still dry, so another very dry stretch ahead for the South Island. More sunshine in store too for us. After tomorrow, we're expecting to see temperatures in the mid-20s, cooler spots by the water 18, and then Tuesday's also looking sunny and beautiful. Partly sunny conditions Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and temperatures a couple degrees above seasonal for us. So our extended stretch of beautiful sunny summer weather will continue for at least another week. All right, here's a look at today's Country Grocers celebrations. John Chalmers of Cowichan Bay is celebrating a 92nd birthday. All the best to Bob Cross of Victoria on his 92nd birthday. 92nd birthday greetings also go out to Bob Dass of Main Island. Best wishes to Mimi Muir of Victoria on her 92nd birthday. We'd like to wish Jack McMurdo of Parksville a happy 93rd birthday. All the best to Mary Mulhall of Victoria on her 95th birthday today. 96th birthday wishes go out to Josepha Ponsford of Prospect Lake in Saanich. A very happy 100th birthday to Dorothy Ashby of Victoria as she celebrates a century. Congratulations to Barry and Jackie Dashwood of Ladysmith on their 62nd anniversary. And best wishes to Gordy and Ruth Keddy of Powell River as they mark their 62nd anniversary. You can send those milestone birthdays and anniversaries on our website. And now it's time for your Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
Well, CrabFest attendees aren't the only ones chomping down on crustaceans. CHEK viewer Margie Sharp sent in this video of a river otter having a fresh crab feast along the inner harbor in Victoria. She joked, "That's a $60 lunch." All Mr. Otter was missing was the butter. Thankfully, I'm not missing any butter or a bib, so so I will not make a mess. We have towels, which are great to get your hands all clean, and I actually brought my own crab chompers, Scott. These have been in my family for years, so I'm gonna see if I can hold a mic and crack open a crab claw at the same time. So,
did you solve the debate whether there was enough butter?
Woo! I think there's enough butter. Okay. I think we're gonna run out of crab before we run out of butter, but like, look at that, juicy, juicy Dungeness crab. How good does that look?
It looks fantastic. Okay, we're going to wrap up this.
I'm just going to be eating now.
You keep eating. We'll wrap up this cast ASAP so the rest of the crew can get down there and enjoy some crab. But we still have Island Rewind coming up, and we'll touch base with Tess at the Crab Fest coming up a little bit later.
Bladder leaks, medically called incontinence, have become a silent epidemic. Those leaks that we've been told to consider normal are impacting our quality of life. 46% of women with incontinence give up exercise, and 45% give up intimacy. I didn't want to be that statistic. It's why I founded Eurospot. We combine the best of technology with world-class education so you can live the life you deserve. Get ahead of the problem and end bladder leaks, frequency, and urgency.
Let's cut to the chase. You don't need a truck that talks. You need one that shows up. Work days, game days, and these days. Because the minutes, the hours, and the days add up. And Ram is up for them all. Ranked the most dependable full-size truck by J.D. Power and backed by Canada's best warranty of 10 years or 160,000 kilometers. You better believe that nothing stops Ram.
Hey besties, tonight we're going to be using this peptide serum and reporting Eric from accounting's can't miss opportunity with its fake guaranteed returns. Consider your fancy homes gone, like these pores. Look how smooth.
$1.49 day is back. This Tuesday only, get throwback prices on all these, plus more. And don't forget to share your cool finds. Save on foods.
Experience BC's best whale watching with Prince of Wales. Explore the wonders of the natural world with family and friends in Victoria, Vancouver, and Telegraph Cove. Book now at princeofwales.com.
2 killers, different murder styles. I've had an intense few years.
Come on, admit it, I am good. Well, I am better.
These are the facts.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Mac Reno Design Build. Update your life with Mac. Custom high-quality design build renovations in Victoria since 1980.
This is usually a boat launch near Nanaimo's Departure Bay, but one day a year, it's bathtubs being put into the water. And this year, for the 29th time, the bathtubs were racing, heading for Vancouver.
Well, it was a typical start in Nanaimo Harbor, and we had 52 tubs start this morning. And actually, the weather has been very, very good, although it looks like the world record from last year is not going to be broken.
Unfortunately for the racers, there was a substantial chop on Georgia Strait. They were also slowed down by having to go around a tug and log boom. So at the Vancouver finish line, it was Australian David Georgeson first ringing the bell at 1 hour, 31 minutes.
Choppy all the way across. And thank God we came into Spanish Banks, eased up a bit. But yeah, it was vicious from the start right to Spanish Banks.
For the first time this year, a paraplegic tubber took part in the bathtub race. For Chris Samus, the bell was moved, but the straight was just as long and grueling.
How do you feel? Beat. You're going exhausted.
Tough to make that. Make no mistake about it, the bathtub race is exhausting and takes a toll. Paramedics had to deal with the usual array of injuries, most of them fairly minor though. But for some tubbers, the most serious injury was to their pride. Is it all worth it? And would they do it again?
How are you feeling right now?
Very sore, very bruised, very stiff, and so glad I ain't gonna do this again.
Howard Markson, CHEK 6 News, Nanaimo.
Island Rewind is brought to you by Arbutus RV. Whatever your adventure, 6 island locations to serve you.
Tonight on CHEK, we have a bonus episode of Jeopardy at 6, followed by Song Circle. At 7, it's Wheel of Fortune and our regular weekend episode of Jeopardy. Then, starting at 8, it's Health Explored and Entrepreneurs.
Jeep is for anyone. Anyone who gets it. Where a little mud means you're in. No sign-ups, no introductions, just what we do. It's a club that knows how to take something with them and leave something behind. Built by the ones who started it and the ones taking it further. Jeep is not for everyone, but it is for anyone.
Canada isn't just pretty. It's powerful. And our government has a plan to unlock that power. As the world races towards clean energy, Canada's government will use our natural advantage to build world-class energy projects that bring down costs, create thousands of new jobs, and lower emissions. We'll build a cleaner future in a way that only Canada can. A message from the Government of Canada.
For many Vancouver Islanders, sandal season is all season. At Walk-In Comfort, sandal season is officially on with this year's new arrivals. We know, exciting stuff, right? Embrace the best of summer in Clark's. Get out in our super comfortable sandals and easy breezy flip-flops. Versatile dawn to dusk styles, so you can make the most of every day. Walk-In Comfort with 5 locally owned island locations. Ask about our frequent buyer plan.
When your check engine light goes on, you want to get it checked ASAP.
At Budget Auto Centers, we've got the tools and knowledge
To diagnose the issue and get you back on the road. Engine light, bring it to Budget.
Budget Auto Centers.
At the Old Farm Market, we're doing everything we can to lower prices.
Lower, you can do better than that. That's not good enough.
What are you doing, Chris?
Hunting for deals, like you asked.
The Old Farm Market. Not corporate, not complicated, just great produce at the lowest prices.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by LoverRug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
Tess, in another costume change, we have a new hat. I don't know if the other one was a hat or a headband or a beret, but now it's grown.
The other one was a headband, Scott, and I've upgraded now to a full crab hat. And I wanted to show you some of the other great island businesses that are here today as well. Our friends at Spinnakers are here. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. It's a great day. Beautiful day.
What's been the most popular drink?
I've been blown away by the even keels. Everybody wants a NA cocktail today.
Oh, okay.
It's been really fun.
There you go. Yum. We're also going to pop down and see Blue Grouse Winery from the Cowichan Valley as well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well.
What's been your most popular beverage?
I'd say the rosé has been selling so well. It's so nice as well.
Rosé all day.
Yes.
Has it been crazy? Is it starting to settle down a little?
I think it's still crazy. I don't think it is going to settle down until the crab's finish.
Yeah, the food's done at 8. If it doesn't sell out before then, I think it will sell out before then for sure. And then beverages from 8 until 10, so you can come down and there's music, have fun. And Scott, you can get a hat like this.
Yes, my niece wants one, so I got to track one down. Thanks, Tess. You enjoy yourself. That's it for us. We'll see you again here tomorrow. Have a great night.
Every child